Beyond the destruction and violence, what were the legacies of Mongol rule? Not surprisingly, in every one of their domains, the Mongols affected weaponry, strategy, tactics, and military organization. The so-called Pax Mongolica also brought about the first direct relations between Europe and East Asia, leading to acceleration in the pace of Eurasian travel and technological, artistic, and religious diffusion. Iranian astronomy and medicine somewhat influenced China, while Chinese arts and agricultural knowledge had an impact on Iran. Chinese silks and porcelains attracted Europeans, and Russia and Iran also became prime markets for a variety of Chinese products. To be sure, the Umayyad Caliphate, 661 to 750, based in Damascus, and the Abbasid Caliphate, 751 to 1258, based in Baghdad, had traded with the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 of China, mostly by land, and with the Chinese Sung Dynasty, 960 to 1279, mostly by sea. But the number of voyagers, as judged by travel accounts, was far fewer than in the Mongol era. In addition, China was exposed to Christianity. Europe learned, via Marco Polo's work, about Buddhism and Confucianism, and Iran. Yet each civilization adopted only the foreign artifacts, ideas, or technologies that suited it. Moreover, each adapted or often altered such borrowings to fit its own needs and its own society. The major civilizations that the Mongols conquered and then ruled generally remained true to their essences, albeit with some variations and additions, after the invaders departed. The Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644 of China, which replaced the Mongols, restored Confucianism and the civil service examinations, but it employed Mongols in its security and police forces, spied upon and imposed greater control over officials, established a Bureau of Muslim Astronomy, showed interest in Tibetan Buddhism, and produced more accurate maps and geographical works, all of which reflected Mongol influence. Iran and West Asia remained adherents of Islam, especially Sufism and Shiism, but Nestorianism and other Christian sects survived as minorities. The Muscovite state that emerged after the end of Mongol rule revealed scant Mongol cultural influence. Orthodox Christianity was the dominant religion, although the Turkic people who accompanied the Mongols in their invasions and settled in the south were principally Muslims. Central Asia, which had served as a homeland for Buddhists, became increasingly Islamic. The political impact of Mongol rule varied in each region. The Ming Dynasty allocated greater authority and power to the Chinese emperor and state in order to avert another Mongol invasion. Unaware that the Mongols had split into different groups and could only raid but not invade China, the Ming court became increasingly despotic. In this case, the Mongols inadvertently influenced China, and their continued presence along China's borders shaped court perceptions. The Mongols' political impact on Russia has been difficult to gauge. They had been castigated for serving as the model for the Tsarist despotism, yet the Mongols had been declining much before the establishment of the Tsardom, undermining the view of a specific Mongol influence on the new political institution. The Mongols' political impact on Iran is complicated to ascertain because Tamerlane, a Turkic descendant of the Mongols, and his line of Timurids ruled the country for more than a century. The ensuing Safavid dynasty, 1501 to 1736, a native dynasty that championed the Shia form of Islam, still had a large pastoral population, probably reflecting both the Mongol and Timurid influence. However, Safavid political institutions differed from those of the Mongol Empire. Perhaps the Mongols' most lasting legacy was sustained East-West interrelationships. From Mongol times on, events in Europe would have an impact on the Middle East and East Asia, and Asian styles in art, dress, and religion would influence the West. The Mongol invasions ushered in global interconnections and global history. The fact that the Mongols are mentioned in contemporary sources in Chinese, Japanese, Uyghur, Tibetan, Old Russian, Georgian, Armenian, Persian, Arabic, Syriac, and Latin attests to their impact on much of the Eurasian world.